Buildings every day, we don't notice them or pay much attention to them, but they are a part of a town's history.
For the people of Leavenworth, one particular old building is part of their history and they don't want to see it leave. We'll explain their battle next.
Jeopardy, close to losing a battle for limited federal dollars.
But a group in Leavenworth wants to save the old VA building. In our regional report, News Channel 4's Heather Comstock tells us trying to preserve a piece of history carries a heavy price tag.
History at the VA Medical Center in Leavenworth spans more than 100 years. The Veterans Administration campus came to life in 1885 with the sound of horse-drawn carriages on the cobblestone roads. Several years later, workers built the Ward Memorial Building, known as Building 29. In 1888, it was the administrative and cultural center of the original National Home Complex. One of the most prominent aspects of Building 29 was a stained glass window. It's more than 100 years old. The 5 by 15-foot window was recently removed. It depicts a standing Abraham Lincoln with the motto, "The Union must and shall be preserved." The Lincoln window will go in a new building. But as for Building 29,
right now in jeopardy of being demolished.
Herb Mayfield, along with Robert Holt, are part of a group trying to save Building 29.
I think maybe something short of a miracle might be needed.
What is needed to save this historic building is money.
Well, Building 29, it is an interesting historical structure. However, it is going to cost about $3 billion for us to bring it up to standard and to be able to occupy it. Presently, we have no health care identified purpose for the structure.
Here at the VA, they're faced with a tough balancing act. They say with a strong push for health care reform, it's hard to be cost-effective in maintaining patient care and preserving a piece of history.
Our service organizations, our American Legion, XPOW chapters, Disabled American Veterans, and Veterans of Foreign Wars have let us know that their interest is in patient care. And so, you know, it'd be nice if they also had an interest in historical buildings, but right now with funds and government funding so tight, you know, our heart right now is for health care.
We do understand that the cutbacks are important, but as the National Trust of Historic Preservation pointed out to us, that several campuses and buildings such as this have been found new uses, including conference centers, housing, offices.
But Building 29 is not the only historic building on the demolition chopping block. 19 more face destruction. While a majority of the buildings on the Leavenworth VA campus are historic, officials say it's impossible to preserve all of them. One that's been preserved over the years is the chapel, which displays several large stained glass windows. While the future of the 102-year-old chapel is secure at the VA, that doesn't mean the final chapter has been written for Building 29.
We're not ready to tear it down until everybody's given up all hope.
But without money, all involved agree a final chapter of demolition is inevitable. Heather Comstock, News Channel 4.
The Leavenworth VA realizes it's cheaper to build in some cases rather than renovate. In the fall of 1995, they plan to open a new facility to house 208 veterans.